oneui 7 is a complete redesign of oneui 6. So if you've upgraded to oneui 7, then there are a lot to expect. Starting from the redesign of the control center, then the feature to rearrange all application, easy access to customize your screen, then changing in app screen, where you can switch between application home screen, and one more noticeable feature on the app screen on oneui 7 is the search bar, which was at the top on oneui 6, now beneath. So here I'll reveal to you some of the features of the oneui 7 and what to expect if you've already got the oneui 7 on your Samsung device. Hey guys, my name is Adesomi Adedoto, and here you'll learn about gadgets, including smartphone, PC, and other devices that you may have. So, to start with, on the oneui 7 feature, let us start with the control center. On the control center, you can see the main controls are now hidden, unlike oneui 6, where you can easily have access to all the controls. To reveal all the controls, you need to drag down the control center to have access to them just like this. One good thing here is this: you can rearrange the control center. Click on Edit Pencil. Then you can now drag the control center from one spot to the other. You see that? So if you want to recustomize the oneui control center, you can easily do that. And at the same time, you now have access to edit the control center controls. If you click on Edit, then here you have access to all the available buttons that have been added to your control center and the ones you can add. If you notice the control center, you see we now have what we call panel settings. This panel settings helps you to bring together the control center or separate the control center. So there are a lot of things to consider here on the control center feature on oneui 7. Now let's dive into the settings, where you have access to now bar, status bar, and other security features that include additional features under auto blocker. So go to settings. One thing you want to notice on the oneui feature under settings is if you scroll down and you click on battery, under battery, click on battery protection. Then here, Samsung have now added another feature under maximum. On oneui 6, it was adaptive, which was set to 80%. But on oneui 7.0, you now have the ability to change your battery maximum level. So this is a new feature on oneui 7. That is on under battery protection. Again, under battery, we now have what is called auto dim screen. So this is a feature on Samsung oneui 7.0. If you use 6.0, you might not see auto dim screen. So this feature is particular about Samsung oneui 7.0 software. And again, if you scroll down and come to lock screen and AOD, under lock screen and AOD, there is a new feature called the now bar. If you click on that, you should see all supported applications here and how the now bar works. So the now bar is more like a live notifications, and these are all the features. Now with these live notifications enabled, if you go ahead and open any media player on your Samsung and then go ahead and play any media on your Samsung phone, if you exit the media player page, one thing you're going to notice on the status bar is the now bar that shows the music you are playing or the current application that supports now bar that you are using. So that's a cool feature on the oneui 7.0. And again, on your lock screen, you'll be able to see the now bar on the lock screen. So if you use oneui 7.0, each time you use any media that supports the number, then you'll be able to have access to it directly from the lock screen or at the top left here. Now again, you can now have access to Spot Direct on the number on your Samsung that runs on oneui 7.0. So you have direct result from your favorite club on oneui 7.0. So you can stop, you can pause. So this is going to reveal all media player that support or all applications that support the live notifications on your oneui 7.0. Again, another noticeable feature on the oneui 7.0 is this. If you go to notifications, under notifications, click on status bar. Then here you have new features that can easily hide your notifications on your Samsung phone. So this is going to hide the app icons. It can change the app icons to dot or hide the app icons on your status bar. So let's say you just choose to turn off this. Then on the status bar, you now have none. This is going to hide all app notifications icons. This is going to show apps notifications icon, and dot, this is going to show dot instead of showing the apps notification. Then when it comes to security on the new Samsung oneui 7.0, then there are a lot of upgrade, and this comes up under security and privacy. Once you click on that, then you can just scroll down, select auto blocker. Now auto blocker has been rearranged, and additional feature that is called maximum restriction is now added. If you turn on auto blocker, you now have a way to heighten your security on your Samsung phone by enabling maximum restrictions. So enable this. So that's a security feature you want to turn on if your Samsung phone runs on oneui 7.0. Now, some other features of the oneui 7.0 include the redesign of the about phone. So if you come to about phone, then you should see the about phone now have a new design, which is quite different from oneui 6.0. So many other things to think about when you think about the oneui 7.0. So if you also come to connections, now under connections, you click on mobile networks. Now you can now see the mobile network have now been separated into sections. On oneui 6.0, all the vote calls were matched, but on oneui 7.0, vote calls are now separated, and you can now choose 5G on individual SIMs you have on your Samsung device. Then you should see access point name. So now you have access point names separate into different SIMs. So there are quite a lot of features you enjoy on the Samsung device that runs on oneui 7.0. So this is how I simply customize my lock screen. This is how I simply customize my home screen on the oneui 7.0. And you can do the same if your phone runs on that. So basically, these are some of the few features we've used in the past since the Samsung oneui 7.0 update was released. So if you like this, don't forget to like, favorite, and follow for more tips and tricks just like this.